Mekella Peach, welcome to the pour over. How are you doing today?
Good. How about you?
Good, good. This is going to be caffeinated conversations with the people behind the platform. So, when I
Got
first
mine.
started at Wodify, I thought it was really cool that everyone always has these sort of like coffee chats, and you learn so much really interesting stuff about the interesting people working behind the platform. And so, I wanted to figure out how to kind of bring that to life. The whole point of the pour over is that we have a cup of coffee together and connect a little bit. So, what are we drinking today?
A watered down shaken espresso.
Nice, I love it. Is that your usual go-to drink?
When I'm on the road, yeah. But if
Okay.
not, I'll do a little matcha at home. I am with the sales team currently. When I started with onboarding, then we merged with our CSM department, and then currently I am now with our sales team. So my husband and I own a mixed martial arts and CrossFit gym.
Can we talk a little bit about like how you got into martial arts in the first place?
So I did ballet, I did dance growing up. That was my sport of choice, if it's sport considered a sport, I guess. Um, I met a friend and she's like, "You should come try Muay Thai with me." Did an introductory lesson, and then ended up dating the guy that did my introductory lesson.
Wait, so is that your husband?
Yeah,
Oh my God, I love it. Okay, great. What made you and your husband make the decision to take the leap and take over Beacon?
yeah. So I would say about 18 years ago, both my husband and I were working full time for our coach in martial arts, Brad Daddis. In 16 ish, I would say, he kind of fell on some hard times with his health, which prevented him from continuing his business and coaching. So he was left with either closing his business or selling it to someone, and he didn't want to sell it to anyone. He looked to my husband, we call him Peach by my last name. So he looked to Peach and I because we were part of his gym full time, both on the coaching side and the admin side. And he thought we would be great to carry on the legacy of Daddis. Then in comes 2016, where we purchased a gym, and here we are.
Your studio, your space, your academy, it's so much more than just a place where people work out together. Can you talk a little bit more about like the community and family environment that you've cultivated?
Yeah. So I would say that's what we have first. We have a community. We have a small percentage of competitors. So we have anywhere from professional athletes, amateur athletes that train with us. But at the end of the day, we all train together, whether you're professional, amateur, we take classes together. I think that helps grow the community because it's cool to see that guy that fights on TV, on Prime, standing next to you, training with you, or even partnered up with you. And a lot of times we'll have children starting their training with us first, and then eventually their parents start joining because they're watching and they're intrigued about what they're learning. So my husband, myself, my son, we train. John, who's the lead of our sales team, he trains. At one point, his wife was one of our coaches before she had the twins. His three sons train with us. So yeah, we're very big, and everyone, they bring their best friends in. It's a nice family atmosphere, but at the same time, we'll kick people's butts too.
Talk to me a little bit about what it's like to navigate the fitness world and the entrepreneurial world as a woman in today's society.
Yeah. It can be tough, especially in martial arts. It is male dominant for sure. At our academy, I'm one of the people that primarily gives the introductory lesson. Sometimes I get brushed off because I don't know. But, we break it down, make it easy for everyone to, feel comfortable because in this sport here, a lot of people feel like they have to prove something. And we let them know that there's nothing to prove. I remind everyone we're all day one athletes or day one martial artists. So yeah, it can be tough, but I got a good group of teammates that have my back if they see things going a little awry that support me.
For sure. And so, have you been able to kind of build up a membership base of more women in martial arts?
It's a tough one to grow because it is intimidating, like I said. So the hardest part is getting them in the door. Once they get in, again, you hear pads cracking, and we have CrossFit on the other side of the gym. You'll hear the dumbbells dropping. We have a lot of our women on our CrossFit side. And then on martial arts side, I try to break the barrier of being uncomfortable with being very close to someone. So when I first started, I did not want to do jujitsu. I didn't want to touch anyone. I'm like, "You're sweating. I don't want to be that close to you." but I try to encourage them and, the importance of having that capability to have confidence to defend yourself.
Do you have any advice for studio owners who might be trying to tap into that female audience a little bit more? Maybe it's a marketing tactic or a lead generation tactic or something you're doing inside your space that you could point to that helps you build a stronger female membership base?
So one, very simple, word of mouth, right? So girlfriends like to train together. That's how I started. I came and did my introductory lesson with one of my girlfriends. But one of the things that we feel that has helped is like women only seminars, women only classes.
Like, what is the sort of like secret sauce behind what makes your gym run smoothly?
I would say automations. Nothing gets better than having things automated than you having to dig through and send an email to someone and you're not sure if you sent it or not, or if you should be sending it at this time. Automation, hands down.
How do you keep your members engaged? How do you keep people from churning out? Like, what are your strongest retention tips, engagement tips that you can share with people?
We use retain within Wodify so we can see who's going to potentially be at risk. We can tell who hasn't been to class. We have hundreds of students. It's hard to remember if I saw, let's say, Hunter yesterday or actually saw her only 3 weeks ago. So we utilize the tools that are in Wodify to help us to make it easier for us, which again, I think that's what helps me be a little more hands off because it's easier for us to find all of this information instead of saying, hey, did you see that person yesterday? And they said, yeah, I saw them yesterday, but they haven't been in for 4 weeks.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah. Just staying ahead of everything for the community too, keeping them engaged. We always have someone competing, going to tournaments, going to their fights, things like that. For CrossFitters, they'll have throwdowns that they'll go to. We'll have barbecues, holiday parties, all the fun things.
I think there's a lot of people out there who want to start a gym. They want to take that leap and take that risk and start the thing that they're passionate about. And it can be a hard thing for people to find the time, the energy, the resources to do. So what piece of advice or what would you say to people who are on the fence about taking the leap and starting their own gym?
Invest in your business from the beginning. So it might be in that software, it might be in equipment or your staff. It's hard for it to organically grow sometimes. You might have to invest in your marketing. You might have to put a little extra money out up front, invest in it. Don't be scared. Especially today, when we first started with our coach, we didn't have software. We just had something that took credit cards and we had paper and pen. And then eventually had a Google Sheet. I think investing in tools that will set you up for success in the future to make it easier to transition as you grow the business. Yeah.
Okay, so switching back to Wodify a little bit, why do you think Wodify outperforms the competition? Like, what makes us better than any other platform out there?
It's easy to use. If someone asks me to do something tech-wise, if I can do it, anyone can do it. No, it's very user-friendly. And one of the biggest things I always tell business owners too, like the software is built based on us, the consumer. You might ask for something. It might not come tomorrow, but down the road, it's making its way into the software for sure. And it's cool to see the software evolve to what it is today. And it continues to adapt to, what we need as business owners.
So tell me, what's one piece of advice that every gym owner needs to hear?
Be friends with other owners in the community. They're there to support you. They understand what you're going through, whether it's a difficult time, an exciting time, but make those friends in your community. They'll be there to help you through, like when it's hard, they might have experienced it themselves and they might offer some advice for you. Have that little network that you can count on as well. Because sometimes it can feel lonely.
I love it. That's great. Okay. So, all right, what do you got going on this weekend? What are your plans?
So this weekend we got jiu-jitsu in the morning. Tomorrow we got kids competition training tomorrow. Sunday we got wrestling for my son. He trains with Jordan Burroughs, Olympic gold medalist.
Wow.
Yeah. And then we have a team affiliation training at one of our affiliates gyms. So
okay,
busy weekend of a lot of grappling this weekend.
Yeah, you got a stacked weekend. That's crazy. Okay, thank you for your time.
Of
I really
course.
appreciate it. All right,
Yay.
bye.
Bye.
Take care.